what do you try to go for when you're playing as Omen, as an Omen player?
With Omen, it's mostly I'm trying to like pressure people or have them make mistakes because of course I can make mistakes and then recover easily because I have 3 meters. So I'm not really worried about making mistakes. With Conrad, I'm worried about making mistakes.
Okay.
So that's why I'm more aggressive with him because I can make those mistakes that I can't make with Conrad, of course. So.
Okay, so looking at the screen right now, we got Serpent and Mirage. What do you think? What did both players have to keep in mind in order to have success over the other one?
Well, the one thing is that with everybody that doesn't really like look into the frame data, everything that Kim Woo mostly does is -3, which of course a lot of the cast can't punish. But Fulgore, being one of the characters that has a 3-frame DP, can punish his actual setups. So his setups are not safe versus Fulgore or Jago or Orchid, all because they have 3 frames. So that's the one thing that he has to worry about is, you know, keeping his block strings to a minimum because sometimes you can be DP'd fully. So that's the one thing he's going to have to focus on. But then again, if he doesn't know how to actually punish it with the DP, because a lot of people don't know that, then he could automatically beat him if he doesn't know. So it's all about a clear punish when she's doing these block strings. And also the other thing is that when she makes herself safe with Dragon. Because of course when canceling into those and doing mostly into the grabs, that's where she really excels at. Is trying to make a mistake and have you like, oh, she's doing a combo, oh, she cancels out and then she grabs it. So I think as long as she has Dragon, she's really good.
And we've seen that how Mirage is usually very aware of all these things. Right now he has the life lead, half of it, the life of Fulgore is already gone. Fulgore is stacked on meter, and we know that each flip allows Fulgore to do a lot of crazy stuff. There we go, like right now, he just popped that and tries to make the game even.
I mean, Fulgore, of course, is a very hard-hitting character, but I think Kim Woo hits a little bit harder than him. And the one thing is that also, like, with this matchup, it's all about parries as well for her to actually win. So when it comes to her parries, of course, you can also take damage if it's like a physical hit. So that's another good thing that she has as a reversal. But the thing is that if she does it, then she's really negative and can be punished fully if he doesn't actually do a move. So of course you've seen him win by mostly using a lot of dragons and mostly not doing a lot of unsafe things that he would normally do versus the rest of the cast, which is really smart play.
And the game is already done. It's just like that. A lot of convergence, a lot of completing combos, not being broken. Being locked out, Fulgore not really getting an opportunity to do that. So let's see Serpent fix it around. I think as far as player versus player, this is quite even. This is 50-50. It can go at any moment. Whoever's playing the best is the one who's going to win.
And it's really all about knowing like what's punishable and what's not punishable. Of course, like, you know, we can talk about like what advantages one character has over the other, but then if that player doesn't know that, then it's a whole different ballpark. You know, this matchup, of course, I would say is in Fulgore's favor, but the thing is that if he doesn't know what punishes he can punish or what things he can break, then, you know, it's up in the air. And it's all based off, of course, the players experience more of the actual characters themselves.
So now we're starting to see the opposite right now. It's going, like I said, this is probably gonna go very fast. It's gonna go back and forth. Okay. At the beginning of the match, we saw Mirage getting caught a lot by counter, and there we go. We see it again. So Serpent is just really throwing projectiles, trying to get him. There you go. He fell for the setup. Doing counters and getting dragons. So let's see if he can cancel himself into victory through dragon cancels.
I mean, he's honestly getting really punished by doing the actual parries, but I mean, it's the only reversal she really has, because otherwise, of course, she doesn't really have any like true wake up unless she has Shadow Meter, which even then is very unsafe. So as you've seen, she had to cancel out, but even then with the cancel, it's still not safe.
So
he could easily DP her right out. So
this is quite the climb. Let's see what ends up happening here. Serpent definitely adapting to what Mirage is doing, and the move trades, and it's in favor of Fulgore.
He really played it smart by not physically trying to do a hit every single time, of course, because it just made it a lot harder for him to read his parries. And before the first game, he was doing mostly the parries, and he was baiting him on doing it. And now in this game, it was like, hey, maybe don't do anything on wake up. Like, let her wake up and not do anything, because otherwise I'm going to get hit and fully punished. So it was really smart of him to keep baiting out to him keep doing parries. I think he has to rely less on parry and more of trying to get in and try to actually play footsies with him.
Yeah, and we're starting to see some adaptation from both players right now. Very smart moves. We had Mirage jumping back, and then we had Fulgur just trying not to be in the same position again. We're seeing a little bit more of a smart game. I think Mirage started to see that his being aggressive and trying to do really hard reads is not going in his favor. We can always count on those teleport setups though. So Kim Woo has the disadvantage in life, but has more meter. Fulgur has more life, less meter. So let's see how that trend goes. This could easily be 30% damage. 13 trying to cash out something.
Yeah, I mean it's honestly, it could go either way with them because both of them are really hard hitting characters, and I mean Kim Woo can do a lot of damage, including off of her actual full screen kick is really good, and it does ridiculous amount of damage. And of course he can do it now with Dragon and not have to really worry too much because all you can do is like jab her out or DP her. But of course a lot of people don't know that. Mostly a lot of people just stick with the actual jab.
Yeah. And we're not seeing a lot of shadow counters either.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of parries. Well, shadow counter could definitely turn it around, but Serpent is playing really strong. He's playing that distance. He knows his flow, what he wants to achieve. He's been mixing it up on occasions. Why change what's working?
Yeah, she doesn't really have anything like. He should have actually woke up with her shadow overhead because it's actually projectile invulnerable. But I guess he decided to do the wrong move at the wrong time.
Now, we've seen a couple of times he goes for Dragon Kick and then Dragon Cancel.
Yeah.
The move is a little bit slow.
Yeah.
It's probably not the quickest option. Let's see. He does play, I think, Shago, and I've seen him play Jago back then.
Yeah, and then he has General Rom, of course, as well. So, I mean, he could also play that matchup. I mean, I honestly don't know what that matchup is like. I have no clue.
Yeah. Now, Shadow Jago, we got some Shago. Shago now kind of does similar things in different ways. And what I mean by that is that Shago does have that teleport kick. He can do full screen punishes. He has strong projectiles that can counter against that. Now, compared to Kim Woo has to be close up. Shadow Jago can close that gap. He has a lot of different. He has so many things going for him. So let's see if he can actually get something going. He has Pizza Cutter, which he was trying to go for right there.
Yeah, I mean, Shadow Jago has a lot more because he can slide under the projectile, so that's one good thing about him. So he kind of has to make you actually think about throwing a projectile because he can slide right under any projectile in the game. So I think the only one that he can't slide under is Jago's Shadow Hadouken.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
And we saw that punish. He tried teleporting and he got caught. Now I think Mirage probably has to calm down a little bit, but there we go. Both players feeling a little bit nervous. I think Serpent started seeing the difference of the character, feeling a little bit scared that he got caught at the end. Both players trying to do some really hard reads to each other. Let's see. Gets caught. Instinct was not the answer there to get him out of that situation. Shadow Jago has full meter. That's a pretty good position if he can actually cash out. Let's see if he can commit to a combo. End it. There we go. Boom. Broke it. He was waiting for it. He's played Shadow Jago before. He understands what does it take to actually break his combos and see the patterns.
Yeah, he actually got him. He's really having to work a lot harder though when using Shadow Jago because Shadow Jago just doesn't do as much damage as the rest of the cast. Of course, it's probably in comparison, it's probably a little bit geared towards like Omen and Conra with the actual damage. But of course, with him being more of a Shoto character, I think it's a little bit harder for him to get damage on him. And Fulgur doesn't really have to worry about that at all.
Gets grabbed around the corner. There we go. Let's see if we can turn this into something. All right, decides to end the combo just so he doesn't get broken. He goes for it. Beautiful.
Very, very nice. Of course, if people didn't know, like when Shadow Jago pops Instinct, he can do this command grab that takes as much health as he has Instinct. So it's a really good move if you catch your opponent pressing a button because it beats out everything. Oh, he catches him with the shadow counter, and that.
Drops it. Let's go to the controller. He hasn't won yet, so. Nice. There we go. This game's still going.
I mean,
There you go. Good punish, and then that's it. So Mirage is going into losers, and Serpent is staying on the winner's side.